Hello, everybody. This is Jack, and let me know if you hear me well. We're getting ready for a new training. Today, actually, is a special day because we have a guest on it. We don't have that too often, so I'm really excited about that. Now, some of you might know that I do weekly meetings with Cynthia. She's really successful. Last week, she was in Hawaii. Yeah, I think so. She sent me
I say
pictures.
Maui.
Yeah, she sent me
Maui.
a picture, and oh my God, I said, what I'm doing here in my office, huh? With a nice view and candles and food. I was thinking, my students do better than me. That's what I thought. No, that doesn't matter because I want you to do good. I want you to succeed. Actually, my goal is to make each year 100 people of you successful. Now, here is the thing. I need your feedback. I really need your feedback. Are you guys ready to give you some feedback? Because your feedback actually determines today's training. If you really answer a couple of questions, we can shape, we can update, we can choose a word, and we can choose the topics where you get trained on today. So you get three questions, and of course, I have prepared this question just 2 minutes ago, but the questions were created yesterday, so not really 2 minutes ago. I just entered them and get response 2 minutes ago. But girls, I need your feedback. So I'm going to launch them, and I really need you to answer it. So let me launch them, and I hope you see them. Do you guys see them now? I hope you see them. So the question is, you only choose one, please. What is your biggest? So I put biggest in capital. Also, it's standing in the way of having successful digital business. So what is the one thing? Of course, you have multiple things. Everybody has multiple things. But what is the one thing you feel is standing in the way? I need you to answer. Really, I need you to answer. I need you to answer. Do you hear me? I need you to answer. Because this will determine the answer just one. I need you to choose the biggest one. Because everybody has limitations, huh? And everything. So, so if you click answer, that's fine. Huh? So I
Jack,
close.
are you gonna do the biggest and then second biggest and then third biggest so that
Yeah,
if they have more than one answer, are you gonna
yeah,
do that okay, good.
yeah.
Okay.
The next we need all the above. Eileen, there is always one biggest, and then the second biggest, and then the third biggest. So I want you now to choose the biggest, and remember your answer. Remember your answer you selected. Good, done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Close. Okay. So let me share that. Okay. Let me share. I don't know. Guys can see this. My screen is small all the time, but you guys see that the biggest is procrastination. Of course, the ones who is pronounced a difficult one, pronunciation. Okay, now, no. Remember your choice. I want you to choose the second one. I need you to know the second one. Now you choose the first one. I need to know the exact order. Okay, is it not fun? A little bit fun, correct? So now I want you the second choice. What is holding you back? Okay, and we do the same. Okay, we do the same. Do not choose the biggest. Choose the second one. The second. So don't choose what you had before, but because it was the first. Now you choose the second one. What is the second issue you feel that you haven't, what stand in the way? to become successful. Because if we know what is in the way, standing in the way of become successful, we need to answer that, correct? We can gear our training on it. We can create products. We can create all kind of things to help you overcome that fear. Because to be honest, it is not knowledge. It is really not knowledge. Huh? It is just something that you fear or something not do. Huh? So you guys have answered the second. So I count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I close it. And the second one is fear of client fulfillment. Okay, so now we have this. Now we have the second one. Okay, now remember the first one, remember the second one, and now we need the third one. Okay. Oh, did I not share it? Sorry, I thought I shared it, but I didn't do it. So we have the fear of client fulfillment as the second problem, what we need to solve. Now hide this. Okay, now I promise this is the last question. You're not going to answer the first one, what is in the way. You're not going to answer the second one. You're going to answer the third one. So now we really, if you answer this as third option, so not the top one, not the second one, the third option. If you really answer that, then we have everything in the correct order, and that really will help us to gear the training today, tomorrow, product, with everything. So we need to kind of know where you're at. That is basically what we want. We need to know what is standing in the way. And actually, I'm very happy with what you answer, so we know what to do. So thank you for your feedback. Also choose here the third one. The third one. So we have the first one, the second one, and the third one. Okay? And then I will count to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I'm closing it. Okay, so and then I share it, and then the first one was the procrastination. Okay, it's easy to remember because it's hardest to pronounce. The second one was fear of client fulfillment, and the third one, not sure which service offer. Not sure which service to offer based on their needs. Correct. Cynthia, what do you think?
So I think I think it's really what we expected. The only thing is Jack added in procrastination, and I didn't think of that. So I feel like procrastination definitely has a little more. We should maybe ask some more questions. For the people that have procrastination, is there something on this list? Because when I was talking to Jack yesterday, I was talking about how I felt when I first got started and all the different stages that I went through. And so for me, the number one stage or number one fear was fear of client fulfillment, because I didn't know if it was going to work, if and how I was going to do it and all of that. So that's how we came up with this list. But I'm wondering if we can ask if maybe somebody or some of you who put procrastination, if there's maybe something on the list that's not causing the procrastination that maybe we missed. I think that could be important to discover.
What do you guys think? Any feedback on this? Oh. Arlene said all above, fear of speaking because of the other fears. Now, Arlene, really? I don't, you don't have that anymore, correct? Mike said fear of success. Fear of success? What do you mean with that?
I think I know. I think I know. Fear of success is because we can only handle so much. And sometimes like I've gone very slowly because I've been afraid that I can't handle it all if it all hits at the same time. I don't know if that's what they mean by fear of success, because sometimes when you're really successful, you have so much responsibility and you wonder, can I keep up with it all?
Okay, Lawrence said procrastination is the biggest of all of these when not knowing if it will work and if whether you can prove it is working. And Mike said you were correct. Distraction with so many marketing ideas, webinars, and latest and greatest. John said Napoleon Hill went through all of this in his Cooks Like Service, Signs of Success, and Think and Grow Rich. Okay. So that is kind of my view on it, and see if you agree on it. How more you are motivated, how less you procrastinate. How more you're motivated, how less you procrastinate. Now, why does it? Why are you not 100% motivated? Is it because of fear of client fulfillment? Is it because you don't know which service to offer? So actually, you are procrastination, but the real problem is the fear for something. And if you don't have the fear, you are more motivated and don't procrastinate so much. Is that the kind of you agree with it? Or is it okay not to agree with it? But I kind of want to see what you think. So procrastination is kind of a result of something. Not because you procrastinate. Huh? It's because you have some fear or no result of. I don't really. Yeah. So it's kind of a result of something.
And Jack, I think Lawrence, I think he communicated this really well, and I would agree for me, and I think for a lot of people they feel this way. Where he said procrastination is the biggest of all of these, when not knowing it will work and whether you can prove it's working, because when you're first starting, you haven't had that opportunity to even know for sure that it's working. And I know when I first started, that's I was lucky in that I did start with one client during COVID who kind of let me test things, and he trusted me, and so that's how I was able to prove what I was doing was working. But what I think is really great about this is, you and I were talking yesterday about one of the fastest things that I've been able to, that's really made my clients very happy and that's easy to prove and it works when you know what you're doing, are the Google ads, because they start working right away as long as you're doing them right. So I think that's a big solution for a lot
Oh,
of your students.
yeah. So actually, if that is the case, we can kind of discuss which servers get you the fastest results. Because this is my experience. The first month with your client is actually crucial. So if your client who kind of is new to you is checking on you because he has no real history. He wants to see results for his money. And once you show results, he's okay and he moves on to the next problem. That's what business owners do. Business owners kind of are firefighters. They always solve problems every day, multiple problems. I always say, yeah, as a kind of saying, I get 30 problems a day, and three now how do you say that? 30 events per day. 27 goes good, 3 are not so good. That's every day. So when I go to bed, I can be happy about those 27 or can be frustrated about those 3. So that's kind of what business is. So as manager, as business owner, you always solve problems. You are a problem solver. And try to solve them in such a way that they don't come back, because then you keep having problems, the same problems. Now, having said that, when I think as a business owner and I give my credit card to somebody, I want to see results. And the first month, I'm going to check on it. So we can have a discussion. Which service do you feel will give you results in the first month? What do you guys think? What do you feel? Lawrence, Ron, Joseph. I didn't say it, correct? I did not say it, but everybody's thinking the same. 4, 6,
It's the right.
7. I didn't say it. I did not say it. Everybody enter Google Ads and connect with it. Arlene, you are the star student. You just are complete. You know everything. So Google Ads with the widget. That is the golden combination to get result the first month. Not Google My Business. Google and SEO, they are very important. Every business need SEO. Every business need a website. Every business need Google My Business. There's no discussion. But if the business is paying you $1,000 per month for managing the account, they want to see results the first month, and you will get it. Oh, you still see the poll on the screen? Good. Thanks, James. So I can close the poll and I can create a Google Doc. So let me create a Google Doc. I can write some notes. So my screen is moving, but it's about the content today. Okay, now I have to spell right. Where is stop poll? Hide. What do you guys see now? Welcome. Huh?
We see your Google Doc.
What service gets results in the first month? That is, and actually, I spoke with Cynthia yesterday about it. Really, as we mentioned it, you guys come up with the same ideas and same. That is why. That is why my clients almost never cancel. And now, now I have figured out a way to get really high click-through rates and get really good keywords. And now I was already expert on landing pages. Now I think I will blow them away. That's really what I think. Before this training today, the whole day I was working on a method to create high converting Google Ads. I know I do this, and my team is doing it, but I needed to put that in the training so you guys can digest it, can copy and paste, kind of copy and paste, because everything what I make, what you can copy and paste, you guys love. So template and copy and paste things. And I created something. It was even better than I hoped. Yeah, really true. So very excited about it. So what do you think about Google Ads, Cynthia?
Well, yeah, and that's why I know you guys actually probably saw the invitation where we did mention Google Ads. And the reason why is because, Jack's been wanting me to try to share my success with you all, periodically, but I don't want to keep boring everybody with the same thing. And so we were talking about, like what really works the quickest, because when I first started, with my very first client, I didn't start doing Google Ads, even though I understand it, I understood the whole concept. I actually worked for the original company who pioneered the whole PPC model, but they were very transparent, and Google certainly does things very differently. And so for me, I did not start that way because I had a major fear of it was to me very overwhelming. How would I learn the Google way? Because when I worked with that company that pioneered the whole PPC model, my training was very, very involved, and Google does things differently, right? So as I went along, my client was, they were starting to get good results and starting to get calls, and he just wanted more. And so he actually asked for, Google Ads. And thankfully at that time, Jack had just announced his, or at least I had just seen, where he had his Google Ads certification program last year. So I purchased it right away, and I actually had decided I was going to purchase it right on time, just before my client asked for it. And I said, oh, yes, sure, I can do it for you. And because he had trusted me so much, like I never recommend doing things for free, but I also needed to prove it to him and prove it to myself that it really works. So my first month, I did actually offer, I said, I will manage it for you for free. I charged him a setup fee. I think I still charge him like a $1,000 setup fee, but I told him I would manage it for free that first month. So really, I, basically just charge him the management fee, because I do charge him $1,000 a month, but right off, he started getting results. And I made sure I used tracking number, I use Connect Boss on the landing page. And so what it did is, with the Google Ads, when you know how to set them up and then you know how to optimize them, and you can follow it step by step so that it all makes sense for you, then you also have that opportunity to offer them different services. Because I said, well, I'm not going to do this, unless we have a good landing page, because we need to have a good landing page for them that speaks to that specific target audience, so that it's going to be converting better. And so then I was also able to offer that service and create a landing page for them. So, which then, when I have all the tools on, I then, charge the $200 a month. That includes the Connect Boss and the, managed hosting with backup and that whole package I've talked about in the past. So, the great thing is, just by doing that, and even though I did offer to manage it for the first month for free, he and I both got to see that it worked right away, and he has not canceled since. And it's made him happier and happier and happier. And it's just, more of talking to him. Okay, what are the best leads that you're getting? What are their problems? And then that's how I've been able to optimize his campaign a lot more. So Jack and I were also talking about, like I was honest with him with, what I liked about his training, and then what I'd like to see more. And that's what I liked about Jack, because he always wants to improve on things. And I said that I wanted to see a lot more of the like how to optimize it. Like if you could see like live for client fulfillment, because for me, that's the biggest thing. That's always been the biggest thing. And I think the biggest thing for procrastination for me was just that fear of not knowing that's going to work. And then if I get the client, how am I going to make sure it works? And so that's, one of the things that I talked to Jack about, his, when he updates his Google Ads training, to make sure there's maybe, we can do some client, like help people if they get clients where we can see over the shoulder. Well, how do you evaluate it? How do you actually optimize it and all of that stuff? So all of this is stuff that, Jack and I talked about, but I got to tell you, now I have zero fear in offering Google Ads. And when I put together my plans for my clients, I actually do have the strong foundations that I always follow, which is making sure they have a professional website that speaks to their ideal client, making sure they have a good reputation, and then working on what I call their semi-permanent visibility, which is the Google Business Profile and other things, other services I offer. But while I'm working on all of that, I always recommend we do Google Ads to get the phone ringing now. And that's on my plan, is I put get the phone ringing now, and explain how I'm going to do that with the Google Ads.
Yeah, correct. You answer the question yourself.
Hmm.
What is your biggest fear, obstacle?
Yeah, that was. So all of those things on the list were all on the list, and then of course it all then went to procrastination or learning different strategies and buying different programs just because of that fear of I got to make sure that I know all the different ways that I can help my client. And if something doesn't work, I have something else to fall on back on. But the fantastic thing and the key thing to remember is, with all the other strategies, we're trying to get out in front of them. But the wonderful thing and the greatest thing about doing Google Ads is people are actually asking for what they want, and you're just giving them. So that's why it's so much faster. If your ad is showing up in front of them, they're going to click on it.
So let's step back a little bit because kind of everybody start, no, not everybody, but many can reflect on you. So when really did you turn to digital marketing? How many years is it ago? Was that in 2020 or so? Or when did you follow webinars and buy
Oh,
products?
sorry, I muted myself. So I got started. So I just like really started following things. I made the decision in October of 2019, and then COVID hit. I met with my first potential client in, I think it was seriously January of 2020. And so that's when I kind of started with everything. And I had only one product to sell, which wasn't one of yours, Jax. When I first got started, it was only one way. And but as I started doing that, then I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to have other strategies, because what if this doesn't work? Because the service I was offering took time. Kind of like, I told them plan on 4 to 6 months. Luckily, it started showing results the first month, but that's, wasn't normal. And so that's when I started, and I think I've purchased, honestly, maybe 100 different programs. I know I've purchased all of yours, Jack, just to make sure, right, that I know what I'm doing. So hopefully that answers your question.
So when you bought 100 products, what did you do then? So
Uh,
somehow you became successful. Huh? So that what went in your mind? What is going on? You make the decision, or was it by luck? Your husband gave you some clients, or what happened?
so I got to a point where I was very overwhelmed because I was doing nothing but training all the time. And I do remember it was actually on I always attended your weekly trainings just because I got so tired of being sold to on every single webinar that I was started mostly attending your webinars because I felt like I was learning how I was going to, support my clients and get them results instead of just being sold another product. And it was one of your trainings where I think you mentioned, I think we're talking about the different ways to try to get, I think you were talking about different ways, different services to offer for them. And you did mention, you said you really only want to offer about 3 services, no
Yeah,
more than 3, because
I
you need
say
to
this since
focus.
2009. Since 2009, I'm a very simple person. Cynthia, you really can confirm. I'm very simple. I do
Hmm.
just a few things. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And so that's when I think you maybe even gave, like, I think you had like a little spreadsheet where I think we were kind of giving them scores or something for simple, fast, where you had it scored based on how easy it was to get started. I know Google Ads was a little more difficult to get started because you need to know what you're doing, right? But I think you had Connect Boss on there. But that's when I started focusing. So once I started focusing, it was easier and I didn't get so confused. I didn't feel so overwhelmed. It was easier for me to figure out, okay, for my clients, what's the main thing before I even start marketing? What's the number one thing that I need to do is, first of all, make sure that there's a need for what they're offering, right? So learn about them. And so then that's how I started developing then my plan on, I was always really good at, asking questions. So then with those questions, putting all those answers together and then putting together the specific plan. But yes, it was this thing, I think you were putting this together. And you were talking about focusing.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's the thing. Focus will make you successful. Less is more. Okay, here I will write it down. Focus will make you successful. Less is more. Believe me, I do only few things. I really do only few things. And I'm good in those few things. Yeah. But you can't say that I'm lazy in other things, but I'm not really lazy in other things. I just need focus. It's very strange. I told it to Cynthia too. I very often work with a headset on it. And then either I have nothing, no music, but if I have music, I play ABBA because I want something positive in my head. And then I have the door closed from my office and I really, really into my work, really. And then I get things done. And I really get things done. I have 3 monitors and everything has its place on the monitor, and I work and I work and I work. And I cannot do the same when I'm on vacation. So I went on vacation a couple of months ago to the Netherlands, and I had to run a webinar. I don't know if you guys discovered it, but it was a mess. I had only a laptop here. I couldn't answer question. I'm a really habit person. So focus get you successful. You do it's much less effort where you have focus. So I didn't. So Cynthia, you was on a webinar and decided only few serves. I think I missed. I think I missed in your answer the steps you did. Did you say it? Maybe I was not paying attention. So what did you kind of do? You open the eyes, you show the SaaS service sheet, and you kind of agreed on less is more. So what did you do?
So then I decided on what I was going to focus on. First thing was going to be the website, because if they don't have a good website, then what's the point in marketing, right? So
Okay,
that was.
I kind of like, so I really like it. So when the client has no nice good website, how do you call it? Good website.
Yeah, when they
What
don't have
is
a good
the
website.
point of digital marketing? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I really like that. I really like. Thank you. I'm going to steal that sentence.
Well,
Then,
it's the truth, because then it doesn't matter what you're doing, right? It doesn't matter what you're doing. You could be bringing all sorts of people over there, but if they're not going to be compelled to contact the company, what's the point, right? Really?
yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. But I would not be able to say it that nice. So I love how you expressed it.
And then the second thing is I chose Connect Boss because 96% of people, when they first go to the website, they're not ready. And I figure I want to try to capture, if somebody's going to be spending their money marketing, I want to capture as many potential leads as possible, even if they're not ready. So, I do always include a retargeting pixel on my websites, along with Connect Boss is like, number one, which I call it the instant connect tool when I'm talking to clients.
Yeah.
And
You
I explained that.
we call it connect bills, but instant connect is the language to your client. Instant connect.
Yes, so that I can explain to them, because what's the point in them, spending so much money if they can't capture, 96% of those people. So this is a second thing that I focus on. And then the third thing that I did not decide to focus on until after I started marketing and was seeing that sometimes they still weren't being contacted, and I realized it was for, my clients if they didn't have a good reputation. I know that you work with the Google Business Profile, but reputation, really getting them reviews and stuff, that type of stuff. That made, when I helped my client with the reputation, that like really turned things around. So that was step 3. And then of course, step 4 is always, no matter what, get the phone ringing. And so that's the cool part, is all our different services can get the phone ringing, but the Google ads got the phone ringing fast. Oops. It's RING. It keeps
Running.
auto-correcting to running.
Running. I'm running.
RING. Sorry, Jack, it's RING.
It's coming. Oh no. Ringing. Okay. Yeah. Now.
And so that was a Google Ads, yeah. And so the cool part is if you follow this, like with all the confusion, with all these things that we have coming at us all the time, if you just focus on these 4 things, you can get the phone ringing fast for your clients, right? And then they love you.
Cynthia success plan. Have to give the name.
And then they love you. And then they trust you. So then no matter what you recommend to them is, they will say yes. So, like my first client just last week, he kept calling me in Maui because I introduced him to a new strategy that he's going to do. And he tells me, I mean, Google even calls him and he tells them to stop. They will keep wanting to give him a deal and this and that. And he keeps saying, don't bother me, call my marketing person. She's the only one I trust. He meets SEO people all the time. He has people always like trying to market to him because he's all over, right? All over Google. And he just tells them to leave him alone. He'll never work with anybody else because he only trusts me. So if you do these 4 things, which here's a very simple, and this is the same steps that I followed, then your clients will love you, and you'll see that it's going to get so much easier. And you just need one.
You mean one client, or what do you mean? One.
Yeah, you just need one client to start off with, because you just follow that. And then that client will refer other people to you. They will volunteer to talk to other potential clients. Like if you need a referral, they'll, when they love you, they're willing to do that. And so, that's how I was able to get, other clients. And one of my clients then introduced me to my networking group. And then she stood up in front of the whole networking group, in front of like 35 to 40 people, and told them how fast she got results from me within 3 weeks, and what that sale meant to her. It was $6,000 within 3 weeks. And so like now, there's nothing you can do better than having other people endorse you like that. So you just need to start off with one client, because once you prove it to yourselves, it's so much easier to get the other ones, and they will refer other clients to you.
So actually, that is once you have one client, it will do more than one thing. Of course, you're happy with the payment. It's not is important, you build up confidence that you can fulfill and that somebody is appreciate your work. And the third one is you can work on referrals. If the client spread the word, the new clients will come to you.
Exactly. So when we take a look at this, the list of, what's really holding us back. The first one was procrastination because of so many things like confusion, not being able to prove that it works and all of that. The fear of client fulfillment because you haven't done it before. And then what was the last one that we had?
So almost nobody had not good in client conversion. I think that would be bigger, but so that is not the point. So we have fear of
Mhm.
fulfillment, fear of speaking with potential clients, and not sure which service to offer based on their needs. So we had 3 points. 3 was procrastination, that was number 1. 2 was fear of client fulfillment, and 3 was not sure which service to offer. And here you have your list. Huh?
Mhm.
Here you have your list.
Yes, so that's the list that I put together based on the focus, and then that helped take away the procrastination as well, right? Because then I had a clear plan to follow.
So
And then once you just get just one client, then it takes you could check all those other fears off because it gets rid of them.
so let's fix Arlene fear. Arlene says, I'm not good in client conversion. So actually, the way how you do it, Cynthia, is really simple. It's really simple. And I wish I had done it more. I'm kind of more the shortcut guy, but you kind of showed me the other way. So what Cynthia does, or maybe Cynthia can tell it by silent, but what Cynthia does is she prepares the client. Prepare the client. Look up online how the website is, how Google My Business is, how the reviews are, how Google My Business is entered, all kind of things what are good and not good. In the client conversation, you show live what Google thinks about their business. Do they come up? Have they negative reviews? Is the website not mobile responsive? You just show what is going on online. You don't, you, you make nothing up. You just hold the mirror what's going on. Can you do that, Aline? Just tell them how they are performing online. Nothing else. You're just kind of standing in Google feed and show, and you are the translator of Google to the client. What Google thinks about that business. That is kind of how it is, correct? Cynthia, you can comment on that?
Yes. Yes. So I don't know if I think I'm sure some of you are, and I think Arlene, you were on the training when I went through the whole process, but like I start off by asking a whole bunch of different questions, and on that we had that 2-day boot camp, which is being turned into a training that Jack's going to be coming out with also. But I went through everything, all the questions that I ask a potential client, what they want to be found out for, and then I go and I do research where I'm actually searching on Google. I'm searching online to see if I look up the company name or the business name, is it showing up? If they do, what do their reviews look like? If they're trying to sell certain products, then I'll be searching as if I was a potential client looking for their products. Do they show up? And I just keep all of those windows open so that and then I put together the plan following these steps, right? Which is the good website or good messaging for the website. Number 2 is making sure that they don't lose anything. That's part of the solid foundation with the website, making sure they don't leak any leads by using Connect Boss and retargeting. And then making sure their reputation is worked on, and then getting their phone ringing right away. The cool part is you can be working on their reputation and still get their phone ringing, because they might not have enough clients to give reviews if they don't have the phone ringing. So, that's the cool part, is you can get things going, pretty quickly for them. But I basically show them, are their competitors showing up? Does Google even know they exist? Because they can see right then and there. I've got to tell you that 99% of the people that I've spoken with have no idea how they're showing up. And when they see the reality, then it comes from what the truth is. And I never have to deliver any bad news myself that I'm saying. I'm just showing it to them and giving them the proof, and I got to tell you, I recently had a meeting with a financial planner who even had a radio show or a TV show back in the 80s. And I was shocked at the information that I found, but I saw why her phone wasn't ringing. Is there were some filed documents from from the US government secretary of, the SEC, that they were doing some lawsuit against her. She had no idea that you could just see that there, So it was unfortunately bad news, but I didn't have to bear it myself, because I showed her, I said, well, here are some things, and here's, what I would recommend for you, because that's something that's not going to go away, but you got to fill it with good news now, good stuff, right? So anyways, that's the way I do it, so that you don't have to really worry about asking them for the sale, Arlene, because you come from a place of knowing and showing, and there's
No.
no need to convince them.
If there's one thing true, is Arlene is one of the knowledgeable from all of you guys. It's really true. Arlene always have the best answers. So, and Arlene corrects my stuff, corrects my website. She knows everything.
So just show them what their reality is out there, and then watch the training again, because it's, pretty simple. I go through even how I explain the plan that I put together, which follows this plan right here. Like in that training I had, exactly how I put together my little Word document that I turned into a PDF, very simple, and step 1, step 2, step 3, and how I word it. And then everything you've shown them just backs up, and here's why they're going to do this, and here's why they, the next step should be this. And so even though they have a long way to go, you break it out step 1, and, here's your budget for month 1. Let's get your strong foundation with your website, your good messaging, your retargeting pixel, and your Connect Boss going. Then step 2 is let's get your phone ringing right away. We can be working on your reputation at the same time, and then you can add on additional services. But once you start getting their phone ringing, now you also do want to make sure, though, when you are interviewing them, initially, you always want to find out for every 5 people they talk to, how many do they get as a client, because you don't want to be doing all this work to get people calling them if they can't even convert the sale themselves, because then you're going to be in a bad position, because they're going to blame it on you and not realize that the problem is with them. So that's also, you want to decide whether or not you're going to take them on as a client. That's a very important question to ask them.
Yeah. Thank you, Cynthia.
You're welcome. Hopefully that answers
Yeah,
the
question. Arlene really loves it, and I'm happy with that too. So if you guys want to take away the fear of fulfillment, knowing that you can fulfill, that the client is happy with you, that the client is happy to pay you month after month, and it's simple to learn. So, not sure if you have noticed it, but I'm doing another boot camp, and of course it includes client getting, but client getting is almost, I wouldn't say the easiest part. How do you say that? Cynthia and me have something in common. We can get clients every day if we want. Why? Because we are confident. We know that we can help them. We know digital marketing. We know how to show them online because we know Google Ads. That's really true. I feel I'm in control, and I became so good in Google Ads that I'm confident to be 99% out there. I really do. I'm really confident that I can create good ads, that I'm very good in local marketing. So I know for roof, plumber, all those local niches. I'm really good in negative keywords. I'm really good in landing pages. And all that knowledge, I will put in a 3-day boot camp. So you can get rid of your fear. So you can get rid of procrastination because you're motivated, you're confident, you're energetic. So you are, if you next time when you meet a business owner or when you speak with a business owner or when you go to a restaurant or whatever, you go on vacation, huh? You feel now that is really true with me and probably with Cynthia too. If somebody doesn't choose us, and I think Cynthia has the same feeling, it is their mistake. They are stupid if they don't hire us. That's what I feel. I think Cynthia feels the same. Do you feel that too, Cynthia? So if somebody doesn't take up your service, it's a mistake on their part.
Yes, I do. And so, like I start off before I even present the plan, I always say, this is my gift to you, this plan. And whether you decide to work with me or not, if you decide not to work with me, that's okay. It's not going to hurt my feelings. I do have a lot of clients and I know what I'm doing and it does work, but it's up to you. And I seriously, when I go through the plan, I never even have to ask them, for the sale. And so, like sometimes, I had a guy in my networking group not decide to work with me and decided to put ads in a magazine. And I just know like the commitment that he's making, and I feel sorry for him because I've I've helped out a lot of other people in our networking group that have gotten majorly screwed by that magazine and are in major debt with no results. And what can you do? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink, right? So with your boot camp, one of the things that I thought was really important for you to mention, Jack, is you are going to be focusing on Google Ads a lot because that gets the phone ringing right away. And so I just want to make sure you don't forget to mention that to everybody because that
So
is,
you
that will
get
be really important.
results within a month, and typically you get paid per month. And if you have results within a month, they're not going to cancel. So that is the kind of I love a lot of Google Ads, but that is also so Google My Business, they might cancel in 2 months or so because they haven't really seen results. It takes 3 months sometimes. But Google Ads, you can just dominate. You can dominate the homepage. And yeah, I can explain a little bit how it all works. So
Real quickly, there was a question, Jack, on if they need to be certified for Google Ads, and the answer is no. I never got certified.
you have
So even though I took your certification class, I never bothered to get certified with Google
yeah,
because I'm too busy just
now
doing the work for my clients.
but how do you say this? You need a confidence that you can fulfill the service. When you are certified, you kind of feel I'm qualified now. So it's more for you. Does that make sense? So you need some basics. You kind of say, I'm going to offer Google Ads and I don't know what to do. This kind of thing, huh?
So
No,
it could be an extra, like if you feel like you need that, you definitely could do it. And then the nice thing, Jack, is in your training, you basically will show them also how, like
I
the types of
included
questions that they're
I
going to
included
be
the
hit with.
certification. Yeah.
The whole process, which I just got into it and I never even bothered to get certified, honestly. But that's just me. But the cool part is if you're new and maybe you don't have clients, it would be a good certification to have that you can advertise, and it also helps give confidence. So I definitely agree with Jack on that.
Okay, real quick. Here you got a tip. So you have keyword ads website. Okay. Google wants that they click on your ad. How often they click on your ad, or more Google is going to like you. But you do not want to show the ad if that keyword is not interested in your service. So the whole idea is that you only show the ad for good keywords. And I'm going to train you to create outstanding ads, keywords which are buyer keywords, and add a ton of negative keywords so your ad will not show if they are not serious to use your product or service. That is kind of the whole idea. Now, it used to be time consuming. If you are my training, I always say I take 3 to 7 days to set up a campaign. Remember, some of you guys remember that. I will show you in the training how you can do it in an hour. I will show you how you can do it in an hour. You don't really need to be smart anymore, okay? You just have to follow steps. I will teach you the steps, and I 100% convinced you said, aha. Even if in the email I said, even if you type with 2 fingers, you can do this. Okay? I use ChatGPT, and I use spreadsheets. I use bidding based on the keyword. I use all kind of things. You copy and paste those things, and you have done with your Google Ads collection. So that's kind of day one. So I kind of wanted to make it simple. Day one, you prepare your campaign, you get the keywords, the negative keywords, and the ads. Day two, you enter in Google, and day three, you going to check how your campaign is running. You're going to see if you got a lot of prices, lower prices, high click rate, low click rate. So kind of how things running. That is kind of the part what Cynthia saying is, I needed a little bit more information about this part. So they are a week apart. Every Monday we come together and you learn about Google Ad extension. Good, yeah, you learn all kind of things. You go Monday we create campaign. The next Monday you can digest it for a week. It's get uploaded to the webinar. It doesn't matter our membership site. If it doesn't matter if you attend live or not, you can look at the split testing. Of course, split testing. Split testing is kind of the optimized thing. And then you launch campaign, you get familiar with Google interface, and then we go to check it out. We do it for regular ads, we do it for call only ads, we do ad extension. And we can even teach you how to link it with Google My Business page. So your ad is showing. Sometimes you see those ads here. Okay, I don't know if I can show it you. Sometimes it does not show. Sometimes, oh here, you're going to learn how to show your ad here. Everybody clicking here. Everybody. No, not everybody. Many people clicking here. And now this is a Google ad. So you're going to learn if your Google business ranking sucks, you can still show on the top. Is that not great? If your Google business listings suck, you can still show on the top because you pay for it, and those clicks are much cheaper than those clicks actually. Those on the top of whatever they are much more expensive than this one. Yeah. So you're going to learn that too. And I listen to you. If you have a specific question, a specific client. So if you have an issue with your current client, I'm happy to take those questions and dig into it. Dan, or I saw a couple of you. If you have problems with the client and an account or case, I'm happy to look into it. So you get a free consultation. Good. So the training start coming Monday. I'm really working hard to make it all copy and paste. There's a 3-day boot camp every Monday. You get a training. There's a video. Day 1, day 2, day 3. You get a membership site. There's all reviews. You will learn how to create high converting ads. And you get the bonuses. Any questions about it? Can you click on some ads of those ads? I am curious if they are running the ad to the website or landing page. Those goes to the Google My Business listing. This goes to the Google My Business listing. Many call from this listing. I never got an email to sign up. Okay, I don't know. Here's the link. Does anybody need the link?
I think you should put the link in the.
Okay.
In there.
You guys have the link now? Who has not the link? So, in generally, if you need something to check out, you go to Jack Hotman, and then you find the link. And I put, no, it's not every week, but I put a nice banner, so you cannot miss it.
Now, I think somebody also, Jack had mentioned that they took over managing some Google ads for some clients that are still struggling. So maybe they can connect with you and maybe do you can help show the optimization through them.
Correct.
Maybe.
So when you have an existing campaign, you create a campaign, you launch a campaign, but don't see the results. I'm happy to go over your campaign and do the optimization with you. So on the bottom of the, okay, I'm on the wrong sales page. On the bottom of the page, you have 3 payment plan and 1 payment. If you pay 1, you save $50. Pay-per-call is still working. Yes. Actually, mobile is just a thing. Mobile, if you get a call, if you get a click on mobile, then 50% chance they will call and use the product or service. Mobile is hot. Mobile is a thing. Yeah, mobile is really hot. Yeah, think about yourself. How many hours are you on the desktop and how many hours are you on the mobile? Everyone's on the mobile nowadays. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, of course, we use desktop for training and for work. But if you need a plumber, no chances that you probably go on the mobile and type in plumber on your mobile. But that's the exception to do the rule, and we are the exception. Yeah, because you can if you're digital marketers, but most people are just have the phone in the hand. Actually, they sleep with the phone, they wake up with the phone, they go to bed with the phone, they have the phone just outside the shower, huh? Because the first time when they go out the shower, they check the phone because, oh my God, maybe they missed a text message. And do you use? Brian, I will sign up soon. On a completely separate note, have you considered creating a course or app for creating business citations? Yes, actually, yes. Yeah, it's another thing, but short answer is yes. Brian, short answer is yes. I'm not going to in detail. How do you make the customer pay month on month? Oh, Rapify Pay. I, okay, I will provide a solution for that. For all the people who sign up, I will provide a solution to get paid. So I will put that as a bonus. Okay, you get a payment solution. Thank you. I can add that as a
Jack, can I ask you about Rapify Pay? Does it actually allow you to charge credit cards through that, or do they have to do they hook up their payment gateway through Rapify charge?
they link it to what is the name again?
Is it like Stripe? Was it Stripe
Stripe. Yeah,
or PayPal?
link to Stripe. Yeah,
Stripe.
and
Okay, so
love
they would need to
Stripe.
set up us. So they need to set up an account with Stripe so that they
Yes.
can link it in. Okay,
So
so
you
just
you make
okay.
account with Stripe and you link it in, and Rapid Pay is the interface. It's very easy. You can set up one-time payment, monthly payments, send invoices. Okay, I will add that as a bonus. How is this bootcamp different from the Google Ads certification course? The Google Ads certification course was really to prepare your knowledge to become certified. This is different. This is how to get your clients happy. This is to get high converting ads. This is how to get the best keywords. This is how to find the best negative keywords. And to be honest, ChatGPT changed everything. ChatGPT changed my whole business. So, what I used to do in 3 to 7 days, I do in 3 hours. In 3 hours, you will learn how to create an incredible good Google Ads campaign. I promise. When you can copy and paste and change one word in that prompt, huh? You are the man. And I will teach you about the ads. I will teach you about the keywords. I will teach you about the negative keywords. And I will teach you about the bidding. I will teach you about the site links.
Jack does, and then Google has, don't they have a retargeting pixel? Because I know
Yeah,
I'm using, so, because I know that's something that Arlene was hoping would be included in that, in the
correct. So
training. So
you
if you
kind
could
of
make sure you add that in there, please.
yeah. Yeah. So artificial intelligence made Google Ads simple. If you follow me on Facebook and some other training, I try to guide it in a little bit because maybe you are not at that level yet, but at some point you will. Okay, here's a strong statement. You might not like it, okay? Okay, successful, okay? You are much more likely to become successful if you going to master AI. Now, I put ChatGPT because I love it, but probably it's another one too coming soon. Hmm. if you know how to use those new tools, you heard me saying, correct? I said, Jack, I only do a few things. I use FileZilla. I use what is the name? Snagger. I use Camtasia. I use Skype. I use Outlook. Maybe I use 5 or 6 programs. That's everything what I use. You only need a few, and one of them is ChatGPT. Okay? Yeah, it's the new thing. It's the new thing. So if you learn how to use ChatGPT for your digital marketing, then your life becomes much easier. Much easier. 10 times easier. 10 times easier. Yeah. Because Arlene, I don't know if Arlene wants to speak or Cynthia can read it, but what Arlene is going to respond. Arlene, lately I create video scripts. I always create video scripts, but I create video scripts lately with ChatGPT. What do you think about the latest video scripts that I create? So Arlene, I'm not sure if you can type or you want to say something. Huh? So
She said they're great. I barely have anything to correct.
yeah, and Arlene is really critical. There's a reason why I love Arlene for multiple reasons, but she's really good in proofreading. And she is blunt. She just say what it is. I love that. So so I really use Arlene a lot for proofreading. But since I have ChatGPT, she needs to do less work for correcting because ChatGPT is much better than myself. So I use it every day. Every day. And you will learn too. And I'm going to teach you how to learn it. And that you say all that fear of client fulfillment. I don't know which keywords to use. I don't know how to create the ads. I don't know the negative keywords. I don't know the side links. All that fear gets solved. I promise you, in those 3-day bootcamp, you have no fear about Google Ads anymore. That's my promise. And I will add bonuses. Every time when you ask me something what is not included, I will add. Good. So any questions before we end the call? What is a realistic budget for getting phone ring for life insurance, Mitch, in the first month? Mike, how many phone calls do you want to have for life insurance? How many? Just answer now quickly. How many phone calls do you want to have for life insurance? 1, 10, 10. Okay. How much is a call worth to you? How much, do you earn $100? Do you earn $500? Do you earn $1,000? One call. How much do you earn for life insurance? How much do you earn per life insurance? Just give me a number to work with. Clients earn $300. Client earns $300 plus. So let's say client earns $300 plus. Let's say you, if the client earns $300, you the half is $150. So if you can provide call $150, it's 10 times 150. It's $1,500, correct? So you have $1,500 to play with for 10 calls. About. I say about. Huh? So you kind of get the math. I'm not saying that you have to spend $1,500. I say if you want 10 calls and you earn $300, That is a reasonable budget. Maybe get more calls than that, maybe less. Okay, we have to start somewhere. But if you feel not comfortable with $1,500, then start with $500, $1,000. I don't care. But that is kind of how you do the math.
And then also take into consideration what their closing ratio is. Like for every 10 calls they get, how many do they close?
Yeah.
And then you also want to look at what the actual cost for the bid's going to be, because what you might need to do is, depending on what their budget is, you might be creative with the types of keywords that you use.
Correct. And that's what you're going to learn.
Yes. With Jack's training will teach you that.
Yeah. Good. Any other question before we end today's training? If I did not answer your question, you just send me an email to support@jackhom.com. And I want to thank, Google Doc. Everybody wants a Google Doc? Who wants a Google Doc? Anyone with link? Copy link. And yeah.
Can I ask an unrelated question? I noticed that there was a Julian asking questions. Is that the Julian that I met in Vegas? The name stands out for me because it's very unique and a name I like. So
this get personal.
Sorry. That Julian was interested in the boot camp. Jack,
okay.
He's one of the people. If this is the Julian that I met, he was one of the people that I promised to get the link over to that I didn't get the link over to yet.
The boot camp start this Monday, coming Monday.
Oh, I'm talking about the other boot camp, that the how to get clients and how to do the research and how to interview, that one that you and I did.
Yeah, somebody asked a question when the boot camp started. Good. Thanks everybody. If I didn't ask, okay, I will put the support@jackhom.com. Anything else? .com. Okay. So thanks everybody for joining the training. Thanks Cynthia for coming online. I love to see you all in the bootcamp. My promise is that I will do my best to make it as easy as possible, that you don't have fear anymore to offer the service, that you know how to get the best keywords, how to create the best ads, to get the negative keywords. The bidding is also important, the site links, and just copy and paste it in Google. It is not hard. Thank you so much, and see you coming Monday on the training live. Thank you. Thanks, Cynthia.
You're welcome. Bye, everyone.